everyone, this is Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet. Today is February 1st. Yes, 2021. This is Charm Shader, I don't know, 155, 6, something in that. I have it right in the description or in the title, but I don't know because I forgot to look. Sorry. So how's everybody doing? I know it's been a couple days since I did a video. I have crocheted a little. I have worked on some glass a little. I've shopped, but I haven't bought any yarn, so that's kind of sad. But I want to show you what I did do. So today is February 1st, so it's some of my, I think I'm doing 3 monthly crochet alongs. The one with Judy, the Birthstone one, Gemstone Birthstone Crochet Along. She put her video out, so I will link it. If you're doing that, I'll link it for easy access. If you're not doing it, jump on in, because you could probably just jump on in. She said there's, she knows of at least 45 people that are participating, so how fun is that? I'm making squares. I'm doing the Midieval Granny. Wait, let me dig into my basket. I've decided I'm going to need a bigger basket. I'm doing, this was a Dreamweaver yarn, I do believe, and that's what's left of it. And this is my medieval. I'm doing 5 squares. 12 months times 5 squares, that would be 60 squares, easy to divide. And this is, I don't have any ends woven in. I didn't do that, but anyway, this is what the medieval granny square looks like. And so I did, this is my first color because January was dark red, dark blue, or black. And then I, trimmed them all in white, and that will be a theme throughout. They'll all be trimmed in white, and I believe that I will also use the white to put them together. So I don't remember. I saved this for a reason. There was a good reason for it. Maybe crocheting the squares together. Oh, I remember, because in the tutorial that I followed, which I will also link below, when you crochet these together, then you can put little roses in between some of the squares. So that was for the roses. That's it, or flowers, some flower. I don't know. It looked really cool. So that's what that is. The white I've used so far is Stitch Studio Classic by Nicole. I got from AC Moore when they were still AC Moore. But you can get that yarn at Premier. But I also have, I'm just going to use Mainstay when that other yarn is gone. That's what I'm doing. The Stitch Studio is a little thicker, but it'll be fine. And then this month's colors, I don't want to give away a secret, but if you're doing the CAL, you're going to find out, and just go watch her video and then you'll know, even if you're not doing the CAL. She had a third color. I don't remember what it was. I wasn't picking that out. But one of the colors is purple, because February's birthstone is amethysts. Whatever. And one of the faceted colors is yellow. Now these are also both Dreamweaver yarns, and why they have 2 different color labels, I do not know. But purple is my very favorite color, and yellow is right up there, really close. So now I have a dilemma. Do I do both colors? She said some colors might repeat. So at one point, like topaz, November is topaz. That's Chloe's birthstone, and that's like a yellow-ish color, maybe a dark yellow. This is a bright, fun yellow. I love this yellow. So I'm debating, do both? That's my problem. Do I do both colors and then I have 65, and that's not a very dividable number? Well, I guess you go 5 one way and whatever the other way for a blanket. So do I do both colors because I love them both? Or do I just choose one? And what if one of the colors comes up again? Then I could just be a month ahead, or is that cheating? I don't want to be a cheat. But I do want to do both colors, so I think I will do both colors. And if one of the other months turns out to be one of those same colors, I could do a different shade of that same color, or just use what I already have. I haven't decided because it's not an issue yet. I think I am going to do both colors because I can't make a decision. I'm a very bad decision maker. I mean, I have a hard time making decisions over really important things like which color yarn to use. So I think my decision is both. Then I have been working on Amanda. Oh, I'm doing a 5mm hook with that. Midieval Squares. This is Amanda's, the cover up that I'm making for Amanda. And this is Little John's yarn. It's her tutorial, which I will also link. And it's like a wraparound sleeveless, but she wants it long. So I worked on it a little today. And since, let's see, here's my stitch marker right there. Can you see the turtle? Right here. So that's where I was the last time I showed it to you. And this is where I am now. And it's pretty long because it's got to wrap all the way around her in one piece, and then you crochet it up to the arms. And then we do something different, which it might be June before I get to the arms to do something different. But I just wanted to show you my progress on my Whip's Gone Wild over here. So I will move the stitch marker now that I've showed you. I went that far since the last visit with this one. It's real easy to do, so it's a real brainless kind of thing. I think that this might be a project that I can take to work. Well, I mean, I know it is a project that I could take to work and easily just work on it there, like on my breaks and stuff, instead of eating. Because I am keeping it in this little yarn bowl thing that my son gave me. My son and his wife. I'm sure his wife picked it out. And you're supposed to put it through the hole. I know, I forgot. The first ball I put through the hole. This is ball number 2, and it's not through the hole. But as it's getting bigger, it might need a bigger container. Oh, I'm running out of space. So I do want to thank you all for subscribing. If you're subscribed, if you're a first-time visitor, I appreciate you being here. I also appreciate you liking, sharing, and commenting. I do read all the comments. I do try to comment back when appropriate. So this next thing that I've been working on is this is a note from a done project. Sitting in the, this is the bag I got from Madonna for Christmas. And it is holding my Van Halen blanket, which I think I've worked on since I showed it to you last, so I'll show it to you again. And I am using a 5.5mm hook with this one. I thought I was using a 6, so it's a good thing I looked. This is mostly Kieran. No, this is all. Oh, except for the black is a Dreamweaver yarn, but this is I have 2 stitch markers in here because they're showing which way I'm going on the graph. And this one is my place marker. So, anyway, and well, I mean, it's, you know, from keeping me from rambling because I have yarn balls. So this is if you don't know, this is my 3rd attempt at making the Van Halen blanket. And my brother is a big Van Halen fan. I'm making this for my daughter-in-law's brother, but my son and my brother is a big Van Halen fan, so I thought, oh, he'll think this is really cool because I think it's starting to look like something finally. And I told him I was making a Van Halen blanket, like Van Halen's guitar. And so I sent him a picture, and he's like, what the heck is that? Except he didn't say the word heck. I cleaned it up. Okay. He's like, oh, that's interesting. I said, it's his guitar. And he said, it looks nothing like a guitar. I'm like, yes, silly. I said, it's the design on his guitar. Which my graph is buried somewhere. I'd show it to you. So he's going, oh, well, then it's looking really good. You couldn't figure that out. he was expecting to see a guitar. So my Van Halen blanket is the guitar design. I thought I might need to express that. The pattern that Van Halen painted on his guitar, that is the design of this blanket, not in a guitar shape, which might have been an easier Grafgan to make, is like a white background or blue or whatever background blanket with a guitar that had just this little section of guitar on it. With that pattern, probably would have been a better idea. But that's not what I did. So, and I'm not pulling it out again. And somebody asked me if I have bobbins, that, like, I know Terry from the Yarn Joy podcast uses bobbins. I have those, but these are in yarn balls because, like I said, this is the third time I'm making this blanket. So I had it made, and as I took it apart, as I frogged it, I rolled all the stuff up, all the little pieces into balls, and that's what I've been using. So now this is my next whip that I have worked on. I think I have a picture because I finally printed out the pattern and said it was just easier to print it out. Well, it's not a very good picture because it's only black and white. But this is from Lion Brand, and it is called the Free Crochet Pattern Lion Brand. They make it out of jeans yarn, and it's the Tivoli Tunic. And they call it a tunic dress. So, like I said, it's not the greatest picture in the world, but I think you get the idea. Wear it with like leggings. Now I'm making this for Chloe, my granddaughter, the oldest granddaughter, and Chloe wants sleeves. So I will be putting sleeves on it. I am using my 6mm, I do believe. I believe it's my 6. Let me find it. Found the project. Oh, and this is in my project bag that I got from Debbie, the Canadian crocheter. It is my Stitch Fest 2020 bag that, you know, coronavirus. That was another victim of coronavirus, was our Stitch Fest. But we will get there, I hope, at one point in time. Uh-oh, where's my hook? Where'd my hook go? Well, damn it. Maybe I'm using that 5.5mm hook that I just put in with my other project. Because it is not in with my project. Let me just search the bottom of the bag here. Yep. I better write it down on my pattern or I'll forget. If I'm using it on 2 different projects, I will never remember. Unless this project tells me to use a 5.5, which it might. It probably did. A 5mm hook. Yep. 5mm. That's what I'm using, is a 5mm hook. And I just stuck that one, I think, in a different project bag. But anyway, this, they're using jeans yarn, but I am using, this is also this is also Dreamweaver yarn that comes in the 2-pack. It doesn't give you a colorway, but I had a lot of this color because I really liked it, and Chloe really liked it as well. So I have to work on the neckline eventually. It's a little big for her. The stitch marker is saying that this is the right side on the front, and then there's these stitch markers down here because for your increase rows. So the sleeves will go, I'll have to insert sleeves here eventually. And now I'm just working on the tunic dress part. I have 10 more rows to go, or 12, something like that. And then you make slits on the side. So then so it's done basically in one piece. At one point we separated back to front, and then we had to rejoin it together because we went back and forth instead of round and round around the sleeve part. And then once we rejoined it, then we are round and round again. Then when we get to the slit on the sides, we'll go back and forth again. So this is it's all double crochet and chain, you know, under the sleeve, you know. But it's all basically a double crochet stitch. The only like trickiness to it was I had a couple of issues. At one point it asked you to do the right side and turn it the wrong way or something. I don't know, I was confused and I had to ask for help, and I got that help from the Zoom ladies and Miss Trisha, and then I continued on. So I'm making pretty good progress. I've worked a lot on that this week, and I'm really loving it, and I think the colors are turning out beautiful and it's fitting her. Before I do the slits, I want to size it to her body again, so I'm hoping to get that before the weekend to that point, but I'm not 100% sure because my monthly CALs are coming out and I'm really enjoying those. And I have 3 of them. Now, Jayda In Stitches, hers, she said she'll be putting her stuff out on the first Friday of every month. So I've got, a few days to get this one done, and I have not seen the one from Secret Yarnary come out yet. I mean, it's only the first, so I will be keeping an eye out for that one. But I think I was working in my glass earlier today and fighting with it. I'm just having a hard time getting some of it to want to work right. But I did get 2 pieces put together and soldered. I bought different wire because you have to hold the pieces together. I know this is not a yarn thing, but I'm just going to put it out there anyway. You have to, you solder the pieces together and you put wire around them to keep them together so that the solder doesn't pull and whatever. So if you guys don't use this CeraVe for your hands, you're really missing out. It's really good stuff. So anyway, that was a tangent, sorry. I'm having a hard time getting the wire to want to take the solder. It's copper wire. There's no reason it should not take the solder. I don't know what my problem is. It's solder that I've had forever, so I know that it works. Every piece I've ever used, it's the same solder. And the wire that I have in my bin, I have like the 3-tiered cart that's so popular now. I have something similar to that that's like 15 years old and in my basement that I keep my stained glass supplies on. All the wire that I have in there isn't working. So I did make a trip to Ace Hardware and I wanted to buy, I need wire that I can tin. That's what I told the lady. Well, I know that one of the ladies that works there does stained glass as well, and she says, well, this is what I use. And so I told her, I have wire just like that at home and it's not wanting to tin. And so she said to use sandpaper on it. Try sandpaper on it first and then it should work. So I thought, okay, I can do that. And now I can't find any sandpaper at home, so I use steel wool and it's helping. Because you can clean the glass with steel wool. I used to do that. Now I just use like Dawn and a scrub brush and it works great. And you don't get steel wool pieces in your fingers. They're not clean. The 2 that I finished are not presentable because I did not wash them, so they're not all sparkly and shiny. And I want to put the black patina on them. But I got aggravated at my equipment and, and I said, I'm done with this. I spent way too long trying to put these 2 pieces together because it's just giving me a hard time. It's not my day for that today, obviously. My crochet day was going really well because I put several rows on I worked on the cover up today this morning, and that went well. And I was going to pick up, not the Van Halen. I wasn't going to work on that one today. I was going to work on the Tunic today. But then I remembered it's the first, and my Midieval Squares, and it's purple and yellow. So I think I'm going to do some squares. I'm very excited about that. And this yarn, I think this is Red Heart with Love. I know it says Dreamweaver, but this is distributed by MGI, Cleveland, Ohio. Mark's is a discount store kind of similar to like Ollie's, but it's local. They have more groceries than Ollie's does, but they have a closeout section. And they've been in existence in, I think the first time I was driving the first time I ever went into there, but barely. So I'm going to say I'm 58, 16, what is that? Over 30 years. 30, 32 years. Yeah, 32 years. So they've been in business over 30 years for sure, because I remember like one of the first times I ever discovered that store, and I'm pretty sure I was 16. My mom never really shopped there, which I could never believe, because that's like my favorite store to shop at. So anyway, they are a Cleveland-based store, and it's Mark Goodwin, I think is his last name. It starts with G. Godwin, something like that. Incorporated is MGI. And so that's who distributes this Dreamweaver yarn. Oh, I think it's upside down and backwards for you. No, it's not upside down. Anyway, they would sell them real cheap at my Mark store. They used to be $1.99 for two, and then it was $1.69. Then they dropped the price to $1.29. But I believe it's all Millens from Red Heart, because I made something in the pink camo that they had for a while at my Dreamweaver store, and I ran out. I was making a poncho for Madison, and I ran out, and I went to another craft store and bought the Red Heart Super Saver in the pink camo, and it was the exact same. I've matched this, not this particular one, but some of the variegateds with other Red Heart yarns, and I can match. I think this matches to the Red Heart with Love. It's like thicker and softer than the Super Saver. Anyway, a lot of them match to the Super Saver, like exactly. So anyway, I can't get that yarn anymore. But it will be fabulous for this blanket, and these are both very soft, so I'm really gonna love it. Love it, love it, love it. And that's what I'm gonna work on next. I think I'd say I start back to work tomorrow. I've been laid off. Our state has been on a curfew, a 10 o'clock curfew. And the job that I have is a 24/7 job. And I work what is considered third shift for us. And so anyway, they eliminated a lot of part-time positions temporarily during the curfew. The curfew is lifting. It's not completely lifted, but with people out on quarantine, I've had to return to work, which, I mean, I don't mind working, don't get me wrong, but my practice retirement has been so much fun. I don't want to go back to work. I want to stay in practice retirement so I can crochet and make glass all day long. Well, I mean, there are other things I have to do, but crochet and glass are the majority of it, and I've really been enjoying that. So my crochet time is going to go down a great deal. I will be going to bed we're not open 24/7 yet. So instead of going to work at 4 a.m., I'm going to work at 6 a.m. So I don't have to get up till 4:30. So I won't be going to bed at 8. I'll be going to bed at 10, which isn't so bad. But I will have to now work and go to bed early and get up early and do all those kind of things. So anyway, it will be less and less crochet time. Not less and less, but just less crochet time. So I'm thinking, I have never had like a set schedule for videos. And I think I should do that for my channel. So I'm thinking Mondays and Fridays, because I don't work on those days. So those days are easy days to do videos for me. I could give you what I did during the week on Friday and what I did during the weekend on Monday. But then I really like a Wednesday video for Whips Gone Wild, since I have gone wild on my whips lately. But I can just give you those progress reports on Mondays and Fridays. Any yarn hauls and all that stuff, unless it's something extremely exciting, like clearance at Hobby Lobby, which that doesn't happen again until hopefully June. They'll do it. And Michael's around here, they don't do those grab bags that I've seen other people get. I know last year at one point, Gary from Urban Yarns, he got grab bags, I think 3 or 4, and he had like, I don't know, $300 worth of yarn in them. my Michaels doesn't, they don't do that. The closest one to me, I've even asked them, and they said, oh no, we don't do that. And my Dollar Tree doesn't get yarn in like other Dollar Trees do too in other states. I don't know why they don't like Ohio. We're a cold weather state. You'd think they would be sending yarn here. Oh well. I had my marks for a while, and I enjoyed it while I had it. So, and my Dreamweaver yarns. Anyway, now I'm just rambling. So thanks for sticking out with me all this rambling on time about nothing. Just yarny goodness, I guess. So I will see you. Today is Monday, so I will see you Friday, if not before. That's going to be the plan. Mondays and Fridays, and maybe occasionally others. You know, particularly if I get like, you know, yarny friends that are here. Like if Amanda or Chloe come over. Particularly Amanda, and brings her yarn. She's having surgery, by the way, tomorrow. She's getting her shoulder. She has, I believe she said it's a calcium deposit. This is the weirdest thing. And it's growing into her muscle. And they have to get rid of it, or because she can't lift her arm, because this calcium deposit is cutting her muscle. I think it's her muscle, not her tendon. And they don't know why that happened, but it's what's happened. And so they have to get rid of it, or she can't move her arm. She wears it in a sling. She can't, you know, it hurts. So she's getting that removed, that calcium deposit taken off tomorrow. So say a little prayer for my daughter. My youngest son is having some issues with his family as well, medical issues. So say a little prayer for them too. It would be greatly appreciated. All of that medical stuff is happening tomorrow. So prayers, please. Thank you. And I will see you on Friday. Bye.